Welcome everyone back to another episode of Q&A with Sharon's son George. I was my mother's caregiver after she was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Sadly, she passed on 1/1/2020, but we started together for Sharon.com in her memory and to advocate today for all those still battling Parkinson's for a cure because their families and everyone out there that we love and are diagnosed is never alone in this fight for a cure. Today's guest is somebody I believe is so incredible, inspires me, and gonna make her blush on purpose. But we've been knowing her for some time, but it's really an honor to have Cassie here with us today, and we're gonna really talk about an exciting area, and that's the Ozarks. And to me, I really had a passion to speak to you, not just the written interview, but to really get to know you today because I always say if we could just reach one person that might be in your location that is not aware of the incredible organization and the things that you offer, then we really change the world for that person. Hopefully there'll be many others, but I'm really again honored to have you. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks. Maybe we could start by just telling us a little bit about yourself and what brought you into the world of awareness, and then we'll really go in depth more on the Parkinson's group of the Ozarks.
Okay. Well, I am the executive assistant for the Parkinson's group of the Ozarks. I have been with the organization, oh gosh, I was trying to think on this. I'd say about now 4 years.
Oh,
Been with them for several years and been able to see a lot of growth with them. Prior to that, I worked with a senior age area agency on aging. So I've always worked with the older adult population and just really enjoy it. They're just a wonderful group of people, and just somehow the cards laid in place and joined the Parkinson's group in their journey and their passion.
well, I really appreciate it. And again, I feel confident that we'll reach some individuals out there who really will benefit from all that you and the organization does. So thank you. Maybe we can jump right into it and tell me or tell everyone listening a little bit about the group. I'm going to actually share for a moment the website while we discuss. So maybe you could tell us. I'll probably scroll a little. I don't want to distract you, but everyone, as Cassie talks, you can visit parkinsonsgroup.org.
Yes, we are a local nonprofit based out of Springfield, Missouri, so the southwest corner of Missouri. We started in 1999, and this year is actually our 25th anniversary. So this is a big year for us. We've been around for over 2 decades, and we have a lot to celebrate. We started off as a very small organization, just a small handful of volunteers that realized that there was a need in the community. A lot of our families in the Ozarks were traveling to larger cities, Kansas City, St. Louis, Oklahoma City for care, and we kind of realized that we need something a little bit more local here to help our families. So they started a group, and from there, it kind of just took off over the years. Where we established a lot of community partnerships to help grow to where we are today. So we have an amazing board of volunteers that help us direct us to where we go, and just all sorts of different backgrounds. Some of them have a connection with the disease, some of them work with Parkinson's disease. Other board members are just passionate about the cause. So we have a wonderful board that helps us achieve our mission.
Thanks. And everyone, please, again, go to parkinsonsgroup.org and you can subscribe. I did. It's pretty simple. There's no excuse not to, and be able to be up to date on all the incredible events and things that they all do. Also, they have a newsletter. I think it's amazing what you're doing because there's so many communities, unfortunately, I think that are not represented. When I think of the Ozarks, I think it's great that you have established something like this. Oddly enough, I'm in South Florida. Yes, we have a few of the bigger organizations, but we don't really have like a specific little South Florida organization, which I'm kind of surprised because of all the big kind of donors in Palm Beach and all the way to Miami. There's really not much here. So I think we need an Ozarks here too. But maybe you could talk a little bit now about some things you might be working on or upcoming events, because I hope we can get everyone to, help fundraise for you and also support the amazing organization.
Well, just recently, and unfortunately don't have that posted at the moment, but just a few days ago, we held our 22nd annual Pound the Pavement for Parkinson's. So for over 20 years, we've had this fun run walk that helps support the Parkinson's community. We average anywhere from 200 to 300 participants, and we always have a great turnout for the event, lots of support. We have some of the pictures posted on our Facebook page from the event, but we have a lot of people from the community that come out, and some people that may not even know who we are. Learn more about our organization, more about Parkinson's disease. So it's a great event that brings just everyone together. And a lot of our families kind of feel alone when first diagnosed with the disease, and knowing that the community's there in support of them and there to cheer them on, it brings a wonderful sense of unity and support for everyone. So our families enjoy it. We have a great, hot, delicious breakfast with it. Great to get out and just get walking in the beautiful weather that we have here in the Ozarks, and just a fantastic event. We're very fortunate. So we celebrated that just this last Saturday.
Congratulations. I'm also sharing the Facebook page at this time, so everyone please follow the Parkinson's group of Ozarks at Facebook if you have a moment. And there, as you mentioned, a lot more updated areas and the walk and some of the, I'm hungry now hearing about all the food I missed at the walk.
Yes, we had a hot breakfast casserole, so
Thank you.
a lot of great food and things. So
I also want to thank you for your work. We've met a year ago, and you're so gracious also to help provide more information on your journey. Everyone can go to togetherforsharon.com, click interviews, and you can see much more in-depth interview with Cassie that we did a while back, and how to reach out, how to contact, and also some other information that we might not get, but the most important is how to reach out to them. Again, parkinsonsgroup.org. Going back to the website and all you do, what's it like to see such incredible progress? You know, again, you're celebrating 25 years. I know you were there, I guess, 4 years. What it look like from the start to today?
We've had I mean, just a lot of big changes over the years. Even the small four years that I've been with the organization has grown just tremendously. Starting off, it was I don't believe we had any wellness classes. I think there was maybe one or two support groups, and then today we have several support groups throughout the Ozarks. We're even adding more. We have a new support group that's for women care partners that is starting this month as well. So our support groups keep growing, and then we have just a ton of different free wellness classes. When I started off, there was maybe 4 or 5, and it's just grown. I think we have maybe up to 14, 15 wellness classes now in different parts of the Ozarks. So anywhere from indoor cycling, we have yoga, dance, rock steady boxing, Pilates. We have drumming therapy, music therapy, general exercise classes. We have ping pong. And then we also have a lot of just great activities that sometimes our families get together for. We've had things like the polar plunge. We've had card games, game nights. Just different activities where families can get together. We've had baseball games, lots of different outings. Speech therapies is another one of our programs. We just keep growing, and we're just very fortunate for a lot of community partners. So we partner with different businesses and organizations that offer these programs, and we're able to sponsor them. So none of our families have to pay a fee for any of the classes, and a lot of them, the care partners, are able to join as well too. So we're very fortunate for that, because a lot of people want their spouse coming along or a family member to join them in that exercise class or whatever they're taking.
Yeah, I think what you mentioned, the community, that's the most important thing about the Parkinson's world, or, almost like a family, and just the community. Obviously, it's great for virtual, because I had the opportunity to meet with you now 2 times, but being able to be live, and being with individuals who are struggling or aren't, but just want to be aware. My mother had Parkinson's for 15 years, but I just realized recently that she never met anyone with Parkinson's. And I think that really kind of is devastating, because knowing or feeling that you're alone is part of the problem. And it actually, I feel, could even kind of, speed up the disease, the hopelessness and things. So it's really an honor and amazing to hear all the inspiring programs you offer. I'm really interested in the drumming, because you don't think about, I like to look for unique things. And I did see they had a little drum line at one of the walks I've been to, but it kind of left my mind and never heard it again for years. And this is the first time I'm hearing about, which I think so incredible that you really are taking the time, the whole organization, everyone also behind the scenes to bring different programs, not just the same ones, over and over.
Yeah, we're fortunate to have a good variety, and each one of our instructors tries to bring a little extra specialness to each of their classes, and just keep the people engaged, keep them laughing and smiling. So that's the biggest part. Some people feel with some of the exercise classes or some of the programs, they don't know if it's a good fit, don't know if it's something that they can do. And with Parkinson's, some of our families just feel like they're limited. And our instructors are great about letting them know that they can do it, they can stay active and on top of the disease, and just to keep moving, keep that spirits up, keep motivated with the disease. So
And with the support groups you touched on, how do community partners and other support group leaders get involved? And another important area, which you kind of mentioned earlier, is, what do you advise for someone who might be newly diagnosed?
with someone that is newly diagnosed, and for example, I had a phone call with a caregiver today that her husband was just recently diagnosed, and they don't know where to start. When you're diagnosed with the disease and everything, you start to do your research, but don't know the questions to ask, don't know what to look into. And starting with us is a great point because we kind of guide them to where they need to go. So we help them with the resources. And one of those is a support group starting off first, just getting to know others that are affected by the disease, hearing kind of their stories, listening to them. Can just make a huge impact, knowing that they're not alone and they have that support system. So lending a friendly ear to someone that's been in the same footsteps makes a huge difference in their lives. Also, our support groups not just do sharing care, which is the discussion part, what we call it, but they also do education. So they will have guest speakers that will come in and talk on certain topics related to the disease. So we've had people come in from talking about deep brain stimulation, people coming in talking about medications, falls prevention, home safety, all sorts of different topics related to Parkinson's. So it's just also a wonderful learning opportunity for those that may not feel quite ready to share.
Yeah. No, support is so important. I mean, as you're talking, I'm thinking back to, when I was caregiver of my mother, we felt alone. There weren't really resources. If they were, we couldn't find them. That's why I wish we had an Ozarks, in South Florida. You could be the South Florida chapter. But even just talking about newly diagnosed is a whole show, just thinking about, because it is really impactful, not just for that person diagnosed, but the family. I remember scrambling. That's the number one word, but we really never knew what to do, who to look to. I think these educational programs are so important. Do you have any educational programs coming up?
We do. Coming up in April, which is, of course, Parkinson's Awareness Month, is going to be our Parkinson's Resource Fair. It's one of our biggest learning events, and we host that every year. It's where community partners are there to share information about resources all related to Parkinson's disease. Last year, we had close, I think, to 200 attendees, and just, if I remember, I think there was over or close to 15 community partners there in the Ozarks that shared information about resources they could provide for families. So it was a wonderful learning opportunity. This upcoming year, we're hoping to have more conference related discussion on topics, so families can come and listen to different speakers on that topic at the fair. So we're in the works of kind of making this a bigger and better event this year.
I love your slogan here, the best kept secret, because we don't want it to be secret anymore. That's why we're here. But I appreciate that. And again, everyone, please go to parkinsonsgroup.org and support Cassie and the entire organization. They're doing some incredible things. Wanted to shift a little now to a little bit about you. We'll keep it like fun. But I don't know if you could list 3 words that describe who you are.
Oh gosh, that
That's
might
my
be a
number
tough.
one answer. Okay.
Um, I would have to say probably ambitious, a little bit. I'd say also determined, and then I'm a planner. I know that part. So I'd have to say those are the 3 words that kind of describe me the best.
I mirror a lot of those, so thank you. Now, this one's sometimes tough because you probably have multiple, but is there one moment or most memorable moment that stands out through most of your work so far with awareness you can share?
Oh gosh, there's been so many, just special moments. I think the biggest one is when I had a care partner that had called, and her husband had been recently diagnosed with Parkinson's, and he was going through some of the cognitive changes, and he was having was seeing things that weren't there, and she kind of shared some very personal things with me on their experience and how she was handling it, and she was just overwhelmed. And we were very fortunate to be able to refer her to first to a support group, so she could talk to others about what she was experiencing, but also with other community partners, the Alzheimer's Association, and kind of let her know that with the experience with the cognitive changes, reminder that this isn't the person, that this is, part of the disease, and, that her feelings are valid, but she just has to approach things differently with the situation now. So we kind of talked about how to handle those moments when she's frustrated and doesn't know what to do, and referred her to our support group, which I think helped quite a bit. She attended a meeting or two, and then it had called me back letting me know that she had attended and that it was very helpful, that she was learning a lot. And it was just, most importantly, it was just nice to know that she could talk to others about it. So she kind of let everything out to me, but letting her know that there's others that are experiencing similar things and situations. She's not alone in this, and that's the biggest part. Is a lot of our families just feel alone or isolated, and they don't know who to talk to about it. And so having someone there, that's the thing. And just knowing that I could help her with that, it was amazing.
Thank you. And this leads actually to the next question. Obviously, what your job is inspiring, incredible, but there are tough times. I know because I was a caregiver and have done this for some years as an advocate. I was wondering who helps you during times of struggle. And also, I was a caregiver. What tips can you give those listening who might be caregivers?
Oh gosh. Who helps me the most with
Yeah, I just
it?
like I always thought of, there's people like you who are so amazing, and I'll continue to say that because I believe it. I mean, you inspire me on my tough days where I have my own type of issues, and I look to the group in Ozarks and get inspired to never give up. But I like to bring the people behind the scenes, not physically out, but thank them
Yeah.
and your family because I think that they deserve thanks too.
I would have to say that I have a board that is like a family.
Very nice.
um, our board of directors is just wonderful. A lot of them are care partners or those that have been diagnosed with Parkinson's, and they are just a great support team. They, have a positive outlook and are always bringing ideas and suggestions on how to improve things. They've been my biggest supporter when advocating for Parkinson's and speaking on the subjects, and I couldn't be any luckier with the team that I have. So that's who I would say
Thanks.
inspires me a little bit.
We send our love and support to the board, everyone in the organization, and we thank them too for supporting you. So I appreciate that. And then what about the second part was just, let's say, hopefully there are a lot of caregivers too listening today or care partners, caretakers, and what kind of advice could you give them if they actually were able to join the group?
Um, the main thing that I would say on this is that you're not alone. That there are others that are going through similar experiences. No matter, every day is different. Every situation is different, but you're not alone with this. And there are others that have gone through the same path that you're going through, and we just encourage you to reach out, to connect, to talk to others. Don't isolate yourself. Don't keep at home. Get out there, stay active, stay involved is the main part. So
Thanks. And who is your hero and inspiration?
oh gosh. um That is a tough one. I don't.
You can pass. You're not required. I'm an attorney and a police officer, but there's no Fourth Amendment here. You don't
I
need
will
to.
have to pass on that one there. There's
Uh,
too many people, I think. So
Good thing is, hopefully, we'll always be family in this till we find a cure, so we can always come back to
yeah.
you. This one's a tough one, then I think you'll love it. But if you were asked to write a script to a movie about your life story, what would you call it? It has to have the Ozarks, I guess, in it.
Um, yeah, I would have to say kind of along the title, Best Kept Secret of the Ozarks.
Oh, I love that one. And then on the final note, I don't know if there's another area you wanted to touch on, but if not, I would like to know if you could leave the Parkinson's community today with some words of encouragement, what would they be?
Uh, Gosh, I think the biggest just words of encouragement is kind of what I mentioned before is that you are not alone with this. In the Ozarks here, sometimes we're a very rural area, not a big city, and you can feel kind of alone out here sometimes, but there are others that are going through the same thing. And we are here to help. There's resources available. There's a lot of fun activities. There's things to keep you active and involved and just knowing more about the disease. So we say, take advantage of those opportunities, stay connected with us and reach out.
Well, I really appreciate it. I have a little message for you, the board, everybody, the Ozarks and everyone listening. We love you. We support you. We care a lot about you, and you're never alone. I, along with Cassie and the entire Parkinson's group of the Ozarks, will advocate for you. And I feel together our voices are so much stronger. And I always say I'm just getting started because, like I mentioned earlier, we met about a year ago online, and your story and journey really inspires me and so many out there. I just hope that we could reach at least one person that isn't aware of the group and that we can really ensure that they know they're not alone through the incredible support, the program that I wish I could drive down right now to join with you. And, really, it's just such an honor to finally get to meet. And again, you mean the world to me and so many others. So thanks for being an inspiration. Thanks for joining us. And also, everyone, once again, please go to parkinsonsgroup.org. Please donate. Please join their events. Please support them in any way you can. I will. And again, thank you, Cassie, so much.
And thank you for letting us share information about what we do and about our little organization here and letting us make a difference.
I mean, even though it might be smaller, I feel that you do reach the world, and I'll do whatever I can to make sure we continue to do that. Thank you again. Thanks everyone for listening. This has been another episode of Q&A with Sharon St. George. Remember, please share this. We don't want anything in return but a cure. But until that day comes, you are not alone. You have so much support. We just have to make sure that we can get the support and the knowledge of it out there. Unfortunately, I didn't have it when I was a caregiver and my mother when she was going through her battle. And, it's not too late, even though it is in a way for us. Her memory lives on through all of you. So we send our love and support. Please stay tuned. Please share this. So much more to come till we find a cure and until it's at everybody's doorsteps throughout the world. Thanks, everyone.